Thank you all for being here with me today. The topic of this speech is the aging of the church, something the Lord has been placed upon my heart for the past few months. To start with, I have a quote from Frank Hutchinson. His paper was called Coming to Grips with an Aging Church. The church as we know it is aging. Perhaps churches identify aging with failure, dying churches, or even death itself. As membership totals decline, older people may be seen as the culprits. But the healthiest segment in today's church is its senior membership. Membership decline can be blamed on secularization, the world coming into it a little more than we care to, on the breaking down of earlier loyalties, or even on the greater freedom and independence that the younger generation has, but not on aging or the aging itself. If you look around, you see amongst yourselves, this is the face of the modern day church. As far back as 1987, numbers of church members 50 years and older began a sharp increase. This is according to the study by Wade Clark Root and William McKinney, and their subject was American Mainline Religion, its changing shape and future. Even back then, they saw that more people who were coming to the church were actually the older people. The younger people that started segueing out, getting more into their careers and educations and foregoing spiritual life. Even the U.S. Census, back in 1988, projected that by the year 2010, there will be 39.2 million seniors in America. Where are all these people going? What are they doing? Well, the whole idea here, we need to begin to meet the challenge head on. That challenge is that we have to find a way to bring the youth back into the church, the young people between 20 and 50 years old who are suddenly absent. And we can do this to help prevent the closing of our churches, synagogues, mosques, and other religious institutions. And we can only do that by reaching out to the younger generations. And just so you know, just because you're getting older, just because the church is aging, it doesn't mean that this is the end. It doesn't have to be the end. Again, by reaching out, by holding different programs for the different people of the younger ages, to help them understand what they're going through. You have young people who have to be parents to 6-year-olds and 60-year-olds simultaneously. We need to reach out to them. We need to offer them the same kind of socialization activities that we do to our seniors. We have senior daycare. We have senior health programs and socialization programs. We need that for the young people. And in doing this, blending both groups, young and old, we can help each other grow. Not only closer together, but closer to God, which is our ultimate goal, right?
Amen.
Amen. And just to know, this is not only in the Baptist church. Mainline churches, period. Catholics, Protestants, Lutherans, they're all suffering the same problem. They all have the same issues. More older people, not enough young people. And an interesting point that I found in an article called Spirituality and Aging by Helen Lavretsky. This is a look at spirituality in America today. 90% of Americans believe God or a higher power. 90% pray. 67 to 75% pray daily. 69% of our population are members of churches or synagogues. 60% consider religion very important in their lives. And 82% acknowledge a need for spiritual growth. So that's telling me that there are people out there who know that the God is real.
Amen.
That the higher power that they believe in is real and they need a place to worship it. They're just not here. They're on the rolls, but what does that do for you? At one time, we can look back in our own history, the seniors of the group, they were the links to the community. They were the anchors of the area. You learned from mama how to fix that turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. You learned from daddy how to change that flat tire so you don't get stranded in the middle of the night. Seniors pass down these rituals, these legacies to us. Helen Lavretsky even saw that herself in her studies. But now today, this same pillar of people that we looked up to, they're disrespected, they're disregarded, they're even ignored. Except in the church.
Thank
This
you.
is where you're finding your roots, you're finding your heritage, you're finding your hope in your church. Unfortunately, children aren't finding it. They're finding everything else. Churches today are now more senior-oriented. Again, like I said, they have the daycare program for seniors. They have programs where people come in and talk about financial planning, talking about future plans as you're a senior. But those who are 20 to 50 years old are still trying to figure it out. But I can't really go too deep into it without getting too heavy, so I'm just going to conclude with the first thing we need to do, according to Frank Hutchinson. Perhaps the first thing the local church can do is take issue with how aging is being viewed. We also, again, need to meet that challenge, find out what it takes to bridge that gap. Meet that challenge head on so we can prevent the closing of our worship services. Because believe me, there's work. Enough for everybody, young and old. Thank you for your time.